Okay, everybody, here we go. It's Friday. It's me, and it is Friday, January 31st, 2025. First off, you can hear me okay? Anyway, guys and girls, look, we got through at least the first month of 2025, and things have played out exactly as you and I would have expected here. We have a worsening. And this is not Trump's fault, quite obviously. He just took office here, but a worsening economic situation, further losses of currency purchasing power by their own numbers, even today. Anyway, um, so look, it's pretty obvious to me, and I am more than sure we are on a very bad path, and it's not going to change. Unfortunately, the world economy is in a very bad place, and we have to stop thinking about just the little boxes that they want us to be in, especially people here in the United States. You kind of got it. And everybody, you can hear me all right, because I do not have an indication here that my sound is coming through. So just let me know if we're okay with that. So how many of you? Let's see. Um, Thank you. I appreciate that. How many of you? Let's start off with this and what happened on the back of what's going on here. So we understand that tomorrow, over a weekend, when the market is closed, Trump is going to now hit Canada, Mexico, and China with tariffs. And of course, just the warm up is what they're saying here. Any kind of event like this must be done, on weekends, just like anything else. You know that these false flag events, they just happen on weekends and after the market closes. So this is, of course, no surprise, I don't think, to anyone. And the effect of the market wasn't overly dramatic, but look what happened here. We got a sell-off in the debt market, which did push the 10-year higher. Not much. The MMRI did jump here. The dollar on a relative strength basis looks really great on paper. Again, this is relative strength. Comparing, okay, still confusion here. Believe me, I read the comments. But the issue is on an absolute strength basis, again, by their own numbers today, where the dollar is a dying asset for the most part. Now, on the back of this, I want you to think of something real quick. I want to show you something else is happening, and I want to outline this for you. So this is what happened to the stock market on today on the back of again. A lot of this is fear. If I don't have a picture of the volatility index here, but it did put on a nice spike, like 8%. Okay, whatever. This thing can jump all over the place. But I want to show you something here. I believe that because here's the situation. You all know this, but I'm just going to do a really quick review. We are in a currency crisis worldwide. We are in a liquidity crisis worldwide. And I believe because of this situation, in my opinion, and it looks like 91% of you that are taking my little poll here. You see my little poll here? Moving deeper into 2025. And in your opinion, we're all entitled to have one. All right. Will the United States see higher or lower debts and deficits? I am in the group here of the 91%. It sounds like a no-brainer here, but there are some people that really honestly believe that things are going to change and we're going to see debts and deficits start to come down. Can't. The system must inflate, and maybe inflate faster, because why? We're being bridged into a new system, a new paradigm, a whole new set of rules. I think we're on the same page, but I believe because the currency crisis, the liquidity crisis that we are in, and obviously is going to get worse. At least it seems pretty obvious to me that it's going to get worse moving forward. And we're going to talk more about that in a moment. We got it. We heard from the Fed today, and we're going to talk. You probably know what I'm talking about already. We heard from two creatures, two non-human entity freaks who dwell in the hallways of the Federal Reserve. We're going to talk about what came out of their pie holes in just a moment here. But it comes down to the rule or the law of diminishing returns. As the system becomes worse off with regard to exploding debts and deficits and liquidity issues, and the currency becomes devalued, it may take smaller increments or movements in the debt market to hit the stock market harder. So, in other words, a smaller move here in the 10-year yield, which is the benchmark, Paul, thank you, I appreciate that, may have a greater effect on equities. And this is not just a phenomenon of the United States. Again, it just makes sense that that is what will happen. Now, what did we hear from the Bank of England? That they are ready. They're finally ready, which they're doing it already, of course. They're prepared, should I say, to take action just in the event that there's instability in the debt market. They're in here now. All the central banks are in here now, artificially suppressing rates. I mean, just imagine for a moment if central banks were not doing what they're doing right now. Again, issuing debt through one door, as you all know, in the form of currency, buying it back through another door to manipulate rates here. Again, we don't have a free market. You can't have it. This mechanism has completely stripped out the backbone of what's supposed to be a free market. There's no price discovery, none, zero. And I've been telling you this for the longest time. There's not one single asset today, not one. I don't care where you want to look, that has a real price discovery mechanism, because, again, everything derives value from debt market action. Does this sound about right to you? So, everything becomes a derivative at that point. That's what they're really moving towards, is tokenized derivative or derivativized system. I think that's pretty obvious to all of us as well. But anyway, no surprise to you, right on to Saturday, on the weekend, markets closed. It'll give the market a time to digest what's going on. Now, just going back real quick, and you know this from this morning, inflation finishes 2024 well above the Fed's target. But let me ask you, where's the accountability? Why is not the Federal Reserve chairman right now being called before the illustrious President Trump in the Oval Office, okay, and saying, why is it that you guys and some girls, they're not even human. I don't know what they got there, between their legs, but they're not human anyway. But the situation is they're not going to get called out. Oh, sure, Trump did finally. Let's all get down on our knees, make us aware, okay, for those of you that weren't, that it is, in fact, the Federal Reserve that runs monetary policy, that it is, in fact, the Federal Reserve responsible for inflation. During the entire campaign, it was Biden's fault. But now the truth has been revealed. Oh, come on, man. But anyway, look, there's no accountability. And the reason why Trump will not do that, because obviously the mechanism of lower rates, currency devaluation, is the cause of inflation, and Trump is demanding that rates drop. You know that. We could fix this in a nanosecond. If Gregory Mannarino here were president of the United States, let me explain to you what would be happening. Right now, at this moment, the entire Oval Office would be lined with the creature things, monstrous pukes that dwell within the halls of the Federal Reserve. And I would walk over to everyone and smack them right across the face as hard as I could. There'd be blood coming out of their mouths, okay? That would be number one. Number two, as I would say, listen, freak show, all right? All of you are going to be held to account for what's going on. We're going to parade all of you out on the steps here of the United States Capitol, and we're going to have you ridiculed publicly. We're going to have people throwing whatever they want at you, okay? Because these are the creatures that are responsible. But then, if I were a president of the United States, I would say, this is what we're doing right now. By executive order, okay, we are going back to a constitutional money system, a gold-backed system, period. And we're going to revalue gold $50,000 an ounce. That would be that. And it would be over. That would end it all right there. You want to talk about accountability? Well, there it is. It wouldn't happen. Not only that, I mean, if Trump really wanted to get rid of inflation, he would do what I just said. And then, okay, maybe he wants us to become the crypto capital world, not the constitutional money capital world. So is said. So again, what could he do? Demand that the Fed radically raise rates here, contract the money supply. It's still the same thing. The freaks within the Federal Reserve, I'm telling you, they don't go into some kind of cardiac arrest. They would know what to do with themselves. And on the back of that, let me just go on to what happened today with the Fed officials wait for clarity on Trump policies. The two freaks I was telling you about. Let me read this to you. So, Washington today, Reuters. The Federal Reserve will be watching for the impact of Trump administration policies on inflation as they, our overlords, assess how much further interest rates should fall. You notice anything here? Now, how about this? Fed Governor Michelle Bowman, we need a name for that creature, and Chicago President Austin Goolsbee thing puke, okay, both voiced an underlying faith. They have no faith. Maybe they worship the devil, okay? We think we're all on the same page, all right? That inflation is likely to continue to decline. Wait a minute. Likely to continue to decline, but it's not. But that's what they're saying. It's likely to continue to decline this year and allow further rate cuts. What does a central bank really want to do? They would love, oh wait, they have a world leader demanding lower rates because that's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do to devalue the currency. So all of us have to take it straight in the gabagool. Deep. This deep. Oh, but it's all going to get better. Don't worry. Are we on the same page? Are we kind of connected here? I feel like we are. I feel it. You feel it? You got to have a little fun here. You got to have a little fun here once in a while. Anyway, look, let me just talk about a few other things here, and we'll talk about Goldman over there in a moment with their little no surprise of an announcement here. So this is Barron's. Trump is rallying bank stocks. Why they could keep gaining? Well, basically, it comes down to deregulation here, and I believe what I'm about to tell you. Are you ready? Look. Let me just set the stage for you for maybe those of you that are new here. The financial system is what? What is? Is that working? We're all blurry here. Whatever. The financial system is completely and absolutely insolvent. It operates in a perpetual vacuum, a black hole that can never be filled, henceforth why the system must inflate. I think we're on the same page here. These institutions here, the banks, their balance sheets are so negative. They have so much bad debt on their balance sheets right now that it's simply we're not allowed to know this stuff, unfortunately. And we're going to see a lot of changes moving forward, not just with regard to deregulation, which I think is going to be to an extreme level. And of course, the merging of cryptocurrencies and deregulated banks who already have access to crypto. In case you don't know, that was one of Trump's executive orders, and they're loving every second. In my opinion, this is a backdoor bailout. They're going to take risks you're not going to believe with your money. And let me ask you, since Trump is deregulating these institutions here, and they take risk with your cash, when the system goes south, and it will, we already know what happened when Trump called out Bank of America here. It's such a game. It's such a farce here. Moynihan, their CEO, a conservative Republican, really, he is not allowing conservative Republicans to do business with his bank. It's a setup. Before the world, Trump called them out. You and I called out Bank of America from many years ago, not because they weren't allowing this to happen. This was a fake story, as usual, floated out by Fox, vomited by Trump here. Imagine the man, the CEO of that bank is a conservative Republican. Look it up for yourself. You don't believe me? The CEO of every bank, their entire profile is right there. What they do, when they take a breath, when they use the John and everything else. It's right there for everyone to know. So it's a nonsensical thing, but they're already being set up to fail. Now, let me ask you, going back to what I was going to say. Now that the banks are being regulated and Trump says it's the right thing to do, when these institutions go out and take wild bets on whatever they want to with your cash, and then the whole system just poof goes away, Who's going to be held responsible? Is it going to be Trump? Is it going to be the banks? No, no, and not at all. You're going to pay for it. Oh, believe me, your cash that you think is in there. Oh, no, 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 it's gone. It's gone in the casino, and we're going to be forced to bail it out. Oh, but a new system, of course. I think we're on the same page. Anyway, no. So this is no surprise here. Why banks are rallying right now? The prospect that they're going to have access to whatever they want because there's no regulation, and they're going to use your cash to do it. Imagine, really. You make this up. Make it up. I dare you. Who? Maybe you guys here are more creative than Greg is, but Greg isn't. So, Goldman. Let's talk about Goldman, the SUPERBANK of Wall Street. Invest in these safe havens to protect against Trump tariffs fallout. Well, it goes way beyond that, quite obviously. But Goldman Sachs, let me read this to you. Goldman Sachs strategist led by Samantha Dart. Hello, Samantha. I'm Greg. Nice to meet you. Said investors should put faith in commodities. I don't put faith in anything but God Almighty. You understand? Anyway, you should be putting your faith in commodities. Of course, we know that. Duh. I want to vomit. Duh. Such as gold and oil. What has Greg Mannarino been telling you like since time immemorial? Commodity exposure, gold, especially silver here, crude oil. Come on, man. Like, we need this. No, we don't need this because these people they are so far behind the curve on all this. But again, they got to float stuff out like that so they could say, we told you so. We told you. You understand? I dare you guys and girls really to make this stuff up if you possibly can. Probably some of you can. You're way smarter than me. I'm just a little nutty here. My crazy hairdo today, my crazy beard. Greg hasn't paid taxes since 2001. Okay, man. I guess you got a hold of my tax returns. Maybe you want to put them out for the world to see. I pay so much in taxes, people. I hate thinking about it, but that's okay, man. I don't mind paying taxes. I really don't mind. If I have to pay a lot of tax, which I do, that means I'm doing pretty well. And I make no secret of it. I do pretty well for myself. I think most of you know that. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion here. If we can turn the tables on this system, well, who wouldn't do that? I mean, you got to do it. But again, there's certain things you got to do in life. And one of them is you got to pay taxes. And the second is you got to die. Although I don't believe in I don't believe in death at all. I don't even think about it. I think we all go on. Absolutely, life is perpetual. Life is eternal, and that's kind of my take on it. But you guys and girls are willing to you have your own opinion, obviously. Do you guys want to talk about anything specifically before we part ways? Because you do realize that today is Friday, and soon, couple of minutes, we're going to bring it in. We're going to do a usual thing. It's like a ritual, right? But it's a beautiful thing. Exactly. Yeah, we are eternal, man. Absolutely, we are. What you guys? Oil goes to. Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like the plan here, people. Look, man, do you realize that we've nailed this? I really can't imagine. And maybe you guys and girls could tell me about this. Another group of people that have really nailed this to the wall, like we have, and I'm proud to say that. And look, man, you work hard enough at something, and you study it, and you're willing to put the time in, and you realize the game. You have to understand the game. Once you understand the game, you can't lose. You realize who the players are, what they're looking to achieve here. All the Fed is talking about is lowering rates. That's all they want to do is lower rates. This is a game that they're playing right now. There's all this nonsense about this, that, or the other thing. Of course they want to lower rates. And I believe, look, man, I brought this up maybe a couple of days back. Maybe we will see a divine hand intervene. And the Federal Reserve will maybe they'll just decide to raise rates, and I mean raise them dramatically here. Or maybe Trump. Like I said, look, man, people can change their minds. I've already offered. I will do this for free behind the scenes. I don't want glory from this. Ronix, thank you. Am I still blocked? Why are you blocked? Yes, I see you. Free. I really wish Trump, someone in his administration would contact me. I would work for free behind the scenes. I don't want no glory. I don't want no medals. I don't want any recognition at all. All I want to do is make a positive difference in people's lives. That's it. I want to be beneficial to the people. That's it. Nothing else. And I don't think I could possibly ask for more. Nothing for nothing. Nothing. Zero. Anyway. Joey Sachs, Anacott Steel. Absolutely, man. We're all in on Anacott Steel. People were joking here. It's not even a real thing. All righty. Anything in particular, guys and girls, before we get out of here? You want to talk about stuff like that? I do not want to talk about Trump's wine, sneakers, or anything else that he's selling. People want this stuff, and you know what? If Trump wants to offer stuff to his people and they want it, I really don't see an issue with that. A lot of people collect things, honestly, and they want to collect Trump stuff. That's fine. I don't really see an issue with it, honestly. I do have a problem with Trump's new financial system, financial little. I'm gonna call it. It's a scheme, obviously, for patriots to invest in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. I can't imagine how anything like that, a financial services designed or to target patriots, has to involve gold. It has to involve gold and silver. Why is that missing here? Because the patriots are brain dead? I don't know. Maybe explain that to me. I absolutely believe that you need to be in crypto, but how could a financial services, Donald Trump's new thing, be targeting patriots without including gold? Can someone explain that to me in maybe a way that Greg Mannarino can understand, maybe as if I were a small child or a golden retriever? Because I kind of need that. Don't quit my day job. Oh man. All right. I won't quit my day job, man. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Anyway, Ponzi. It is. This makes a Ponzi scheme, the situation that we're in right now. I mean, it's an astonishing thing. We have to continue to borrow cash into the future, devalue the currency. Everyone's getting robbed blind off of it. How is that not the definition of a Ponzi? It is. We are in a Ponzi on an epic scale. It's being run by central bankers and world leaders who are working with them to destroy the system. But then there are some that believe that that's not really the case here. I know it to be true, right? You know, because you have faith in it. Your faith is misplaced. I think we're pretty much on the same page. All right, guys and girls, look, I think we're going to call it here for today. I want to thank you for being here. Honestly, if I have earned, of course, your thumbs up, I would appreciate that as well. And that's kind of where we're at. Share this stuff, comment, and that's we kind of got it. Now, are you ready? Are you ready? Come on, let's do it. Ready? I'm getting ready. Breathing, people. Really, and I mean this, and I don't say it every Friday because I think it's fun. Although it is. I say it because imagine how you and I could change the world, really, if we loved each other, we cared about each other, and we were charitable to each other. Forget all this nonsense, all right? This game, the politics, the division, the hatred. Imagine if we just adopted that instead, love each other, care about each other, be charitable for each other, how we could change the world. We can change the world, and I believe we're doing that. I honestly, with every fiber that's in here and everywhere else here, believe we are. Little by little, we're changing the world because we're making a positive difference. And I know that because I hear from you guys and girls every freaking day. Every freaking day. All right. With that said, I will see you Sunday for my markets to look ahead. It's going to be lovely. Let's see what happens. Next week's going to be very interesting. Let's think about why right off the bat. Trump's tariffs will be in effect, again, on a weekend, of course, after market hours. You think they choose these times because it's just, oh, yeah, let's just do it on Saturday? No, it's all to protect the market. The market's all that matters. You know that. The 1 and 2 percenters, they can't lose cash. No, you can lose it, but they can't, and they want everything. Do you realize really that the 1 and 2 percenters, they don't care if you live or die. They don't care if you're happy or miserable. In fact, they'd be happier if you were miserable. And they're going to make it they have already made it their goal to make you as miserable as can be via, again, destroying the economy, devaluing the currency, making you work harder and work longer just to make ends meet. People can't do it right now. People being leading themselves to the slaughter, but meanwhile, there's no accountability. None at all, zero. Do you think that's going to change anytime soon? I sincerely hope so. Yes, that is a Gibson. You like that thing back there? In fact, I got band practice later, so I'm going to be playing that thing over there. All right. Anyway, guys and girls, just let's put this week behind us. All right. And we always got each other's backs. I'm always thinking about you guys and girls, and I mean that with all I got. And again, I'll see you Sunday. All right. So let's enjoy ourselves. Let's have a great weekend. Let's enjoy whatever we possibly can, because you know what? This is a gift, man. Every day we wake up and we see that sun, it's a freaking gift. Because one day, believe me, every single one of us that's here now and looking at the sky and enjoying our lives and our families and our puppies and everything else. It's Vega's birthday, by the way. If you want to, there's a cute picture. Check out my Instagram. There's a link in the description of the video. You're going to see a picture of Vega with a little hat on, with a little bib on. It says my birthday. Anyway, guys and girls, it's awesome. All right. I will see you, you guys and girls, as I said, Sunday. All right. We got this always. Period. The freaking end. And that's all.